We are but a day or so removed from the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and do you want to know why I liked it so much? It got people talking, and that is the best. It doesn't matter if you loved it, it doesn't matter if you hated it, it doesn't matter if you didn't actually watch the show at all, and you stole other people's opinions, yet still went on Reddit Squared Circle and moaned about it. Whatever you chose to do, the conversation was flowing, and that puts a smile on my face. True, it would be better if we could all do this as friends, but forget about that. When WWE puts on a show that sparks debate, I am a pleased pup. Mostly because it's amazing how different people see different things and how you and I interpret that. I think it's like the human condition. Wonderful, fascinating, science experiment. So for me, Simon Miller, as I stand here and think about it, the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was the best surprise WWE has given me in years. Why? Here's why. I am not saying that I think Hell in a Cell was the best pay-per-view that WWE has ever produced. I mean, it categorically wasn't. But I am saying, given everybody's feelings and impressions going into the thing, well, what we got out the other side was just lovely. It was the first main event in a long time when everyone just seemed super down about the whole thing, and that just intensified when the fans, you, me, crowd audiences, noticed that the brand new Hell in a Cell had been painted red, and yet it's not the best colour. A red cell wasn't the ideal choice, but come on now. Let's pick and choose our battles, because when WWE once again shut their broadcast down as quickly as they possibly could because the crowd was all mad, I still think we actually remember what happened in those 3.5 hours, that we did have a good time. The opening match between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton rocked, and it's exactly what we've been asking for. It was violent, it was brutal, we had that screwdriver thing, and let me tell you this, I had to explain to someone about that screwdriver through the ear thing, and they didn't watch wrestling. And guess what? They thought I was absolutely nuts. And in that moment I was like, I am absolutely nuts. Somebody said to me, what did you do with your Sunday night / Monday morning? And I said, I watched a dirty screwdriver and he put it through someone's ear, and I sat on myself and going, hee, wrestling's great. That's not normal. It worked though, and it was probably one of the better big cage matches I've seen in some time. And yes, while Jeff Hardy still tried to kill himself a little bit, it wasn't the mass murder that I was expecting, and my old man self appreciated that, because I fear for people in my older age. That's what I do. If someone's going to do something stupid, I'm like, oh, don't. Just don't. You've got family and you've got kids. I'm more concerned about those people. Just calm it down. Then there's Becky Lynch winning the SmackDown Women's Championship, which was very high on people's list of things that should happen. And the tag team match for the Raw titles was absolute fire. Everyone raised their game, and it was a good sign that eventually Drew McIntyre is going to have a damn good singles run. I mean, he did a kip up, for goodness sake. A kip up, and he's like 6'8". What did you do today? I'm not going to go through every match because we've done that on a wonderful show called Ups and Downs. But really, there wasn't a low light through the entire show, other than the fact that the IC title and the US title didn't even make an appearance. But I knew that beforehand, so I can't get more upset about it afterwards. That's not how life works. It just felt exciting, and that's why I'm not overly fussed about what happened at the end. And yeah, having a non-finished or a no contest in a Hell in a Cell bout is dumb, but what was the alternative? What did you want? Roman Reigns spearing Braun Strowman and winning clean? That would have pissed you off too. There was no way Reigns was going to lose it this early, so we do have to have a returning Brock Lesnar coming down and sorting this little mess out. I think it's not the end of the world. WWE also pulled all of this out at a good time because American football is back on TV, and yet I'm still super pumped to tune in to Raw and SmackDown to see what's going to happen. I like the stories, I like the narrative, which is the whole point. And while it may not have reached the same levels, a lot of this for me was a bit like WrestleMania 31, because when we went into WrestleMania 31, everyone thought that was going to be dog, and yet when it was over, we were all jumping around and cheering like the morons we are. My point is, I think anyway, that no matter how many of the negatives you can latch onto, if you think about the positives, this was actually quite a fun few hours. And if it was a fun few hours, we should focus on that, because when you do, it just makes you feel all jolly and positivity, all that stuff that I throw in here all the time and you don't like it. Also, why the hell is Brock Lesnar back? I mean, what's he here for? I mean, money and Saudi Arabia, obviously, but I don't need to worry about that. Brock Lesnar's finances are of no consequence to me. In my world, I just got a right kick out of my eyes widening and instinctively going, what? When Lesnar's music hit? I didn't think that was going to happen. So if we've just had a card that featured high quality bouts from start to finish, and even the pre-show match between the New Day and Rusev Day was damn decent, had a title change we hoped for and a big surprise at the end, I think we can cut Hell in a Cell a little bit of slack and try just to enjoy it for what it was. We're always moaning that WWE is too predictable as well, so maybe it's always worth going the other way and giving them a little bit of credit when they don't do that. And all of this is why I'm giving World Wrestling Entertainment's latest pay-per-view a thumbs up. And I know when I give a thumbs up, it means, or you think it means, I'm in Vince McMahon's pocket. But clearly, I'm not in Vince McMahon's pocket. If I was in Vince McMahon's pocket, you'd be looking at me going, that man is presenting this video inside a man's trouser hole. That's what I call pockets. I call them trouser holes because I'm against the word pocket. Come on now, I'm just a positive guy. I love wrestling. Sometimes when things happen, I'm like, no. I will not be dragged down into the sewers. I will not enter that place known as negative Nazi hell. I'm going to stand tall and enjoy things as, I don't know, positive Paul. No negative Nancy, positive Paul. Sometimes when I go on these rants, I regret them massively. I turn this camera off and my whole world just comes crumbling down. But with that said, Hell in a Cell, pocket hole. Now don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about Hell in a Cell. And couldn't even disagree with me, that's cool. I get it. Like, share and subscribe. Head over to WhatCulture.com and read yourself some articles. And follow WhatCulture on Twitter. WhatCulture WWE. My name is Simon from WhatCulture. Thank you very much for tuning in. And you know what? I've thought about it. I've run the numbers through my brain. I did some notes. I made an equation. I'll see you soon.